Alrighty, are we live? Alright, so this is pretty much like a recording, pretty much, and today's video is gonna be about why is solo queue so difficult, especially with the state of the game right now. So here I'm gonna show you guys a match of a very difficult uh team that I had, and it was like extremely frustrating, extremely difficult to carry these guys. It was like 1v9 pretty much, and this was in silver. So these are silver guys. This here is one of my OTs, and yeah, so we're gonna be watching this video on Sky Temple, and Sky Temple is just an amazing map. The theme, everything is amazing. It's a clear map, very nice. Um, this like one. I think this is like my favorite map in the game. Actually, it's really hard for me to lose on this map because it's just so like it's just a really nice map. I don't know. It's just like my favorite. So um, all right, solo queue guys. Why is solo queue so difficult? And why is it that when you exit gold, you enter plat to masters and grandmasters and stuff? Why do you see like like 1 out of 3 matches in masters and grandmaster elo, like we have a bunch of like pre-mates pretty much in masters, like so many pre-mates, like you cannot queue solo in masters and gm because like you will pretty much be going like 1v9 every single time you queue solo, unless you get lucky and you have like the same winning team, like the same guys from your previous match and stuff. Like it's really difficult for you to like play a decent match in solo queue. Like solo queue in general, right? Even from like bronze all the way to master and like higher elo, where we be at, where people like us be playing. It's like so difficult for you to play and win a solo queue, and for you to just get along with people in solo queue is it's really difficult. At least for me, right? Um, I categorize myself in like the try hard type of position. I'm a try hard player. Even if I'm like playing against bronze players, I still try hard. It's just what I do. Like, and when I'm playing in an elo like silver, like I'm expecting the guys in silver elo to know what a ping is, what retreat is, and like all of these basic stuff. Like when you are in silver, like a lot of people like they are in silver, they like the title of being silver, but they don't like the responsibility, like the expectation that comes along with being silver. Right? People being master, grandmasters and stuff, and they like the title of being a grandmaster, but they don't like well, I'm not gonna say like a higher like grandmaster and stuff. I'll say plat, diamond and stuff like that, right? I've seen like diamond players who plays worse than silver players, and I've seen grandmaster players sometimes who just like they just steal so hard, like, and they pick like so like some terrible characters, like it actually make you question like like why are you even like how do you even get into this elo in the first place, like how do you climb this high, like what brought you up here, right? Some people choices and the way they play those choices, like it's so damning, like it's really sad sometimes when you see these people, right? So why is it difficult to play in solo queue? So I talk about pre-mids and how it contribute to like difficulty, because pre-made guys have comps and all that stuff, and you are in solo, you don't have comps, and I asked the difficulty, and I talk about like people picking characters they cannot play, people not being able to draft properly, people taking the wrong talent, don't know how to build a character properly. And I've been releasing like little guide videos um on like tanks, DPS. I went over Grammy. Like if you want to climb out of bronze, out of silver, Grammy is your choice. Next to that is like probe. Probe and Grammy are pretty decent to climb out of lower elos, pretty much. And Chen is like the ultimate climbing machine. um, he got he got everything. I've tanked with Cheng when I was playing with Fan Huts. I've tanked with Chen many times in solo queue. Like sometimes I'll just see like a bunch of guys, random guys, they would just take a bunch of DPS because nobody want to play a supportive role. And I'll just take 10 and I'll say, you guys can all go DPS. I don't care. Like take whatever you want to take. Like you get people here taking Genji on a map that requires like wave clear and all that stuff. And people just take random stuff and I'd be like, it's okay. Whatever you take is okay. All we need at this point right now is a healer. I don't need a healer, but you guys do need a healer, right? If you play Chen and you know how to play him and you follow my guide videos, like you don't need a healer, you don't need a tank, you don't need DPS. Chen is in itself is like he's a range DPS, he's a melee DPS, he's a bruiser, he's a tank, he's everything, right? So he's like the ultimate character in the entire game that can do like almost like everything. He can solo bosses as well. And I've already showed you guys my Chen gameplays, and I've shown you guys my build, and I don't know if I had a have a god video on it and stuff like that, but yeah, enough of Chen, guys. Um, anyways, I've been in search for like characters that can do almost everything, and recently I went to a stream and I was talking to another master. I was talking yeah, I think I was talking to a master player, and he was like, and he played Ophia in ARAM, and he played Ophia pretty bad. His build was pretty trash, and he started trash talking Ophia, and he said Ophia was garbage. And I was like, bro, you can just pick a character in ARAM and just play him once and be like, this character is garbage. And then he referred to his friends, who is also, I think, a GM or something. He was like, this guy also said Ophio was garbage. And I was like, bro, like, don't listen to whatever anybody else says. Like, if you want to play Ophia and you want to do good with Ophia and you want to see how strong Ophia is, right? All you have to do is like look online, watch somebody who can play Ophia, watch my videos, and like learn, right? A lot of people in Grandmaster think they are everything, right? Like they think they are everything, but like I've seen silver guys who can really like crap on Grandmaster guys, right? Um, believe it or not. So again, solo queue is really difficult because you have like all of these people who are egotistic and they feel like the character they pick is best for the comp and they don't know how to draft properly and stuff. And this is like a wide range. Like even see this like in the highest elo GMs and stuff. And all right, so without further ado, let's just get into this video. So right here, I'm playing Karazhan, um, Beta Male. We have Ghost Wolf on the Nazeebo there. We have Viren, Lyric. Viren is the tank. Um, he's not supposed to be a tank, but people like to play him because they look cool and they feel cool when they play Viren as a tank. So uh, it is what it is. We do have a strong team though. We do have a strong team, right? And they also have a strong team that really scales. They have two scaling characters here, and they have two globals pretty much. Asmodean do have to travel, but he still have influences in other lanes, right? So influence in other lanes. So it is what it is. All right. So this match is a really difficult match. Um, because of the communication and because of the randomness in our playstyle as a team, right? So I'm on the red team, and we start a fight. I mean, we start a match here, and our Varian dies. You guys didn't see it, but he got stuck up here, and he was just idling, like pretty much trying to get away, and he was in a situation where he couldn't get away. Right. All right. Here's the fight. He's the first to get in there. All of us are still like you didn't even look. Right. So this is one of the problem, right? People are playing characters that they don't know how to play, and people are playing characters that makes life even difficult for the entire team to succeed. Right? We have a Varian here. Varian is now a traditional healer. I mean, a traditional tank, and he's trying to play Varian, but he doesn't even know what a tank is supposed to do in the first place. Right? Before you engage as a tank, right? No matter whether you're playing Varian, playing Moradin, or whatever you play, right? You have to have a head count, right? You have to have the head count, like know where all of your allies are, and at least know where the enemy DPS are before you start whatsoever you want to start, right? So he didn't look anywhere. Like you saw, he didn't even see us pretty much. Like he just walked in there because it's like an automatic stuff, like he was pretty much on autopilot in a sense, right? He spawned, he go here to contest fight. Okay, so he get cut out by the Mia there, and he could have walked up here, but he didn't do it. He wanted to pass across the Mia to come down, and he got killed in the process. And I was like, bro, if you are getting blocked like that, right, like if you know you're not gonna live, like just do some damage, right? I mean, it's not like it doesn't mean anything. Like you doing damage in that point really doesn't mean anything, but it still helps. Like it still helps towards your stats in a sense. You don't want to like die without doing anything. Like you just run around in circle and die like an AI, pretty much. You don't want to do that, right? So if you are stuck in a situation like that and you know you're not gonna get out, like your enemies are like 100 hit point and you are like 20, you might as well just hit them. I mean, like it's like it's not a big deal, but that's something to just keep in mind. Like do a little bit of damage, maybe like you can lower them a little bit so we can finish them up or something. I doubt it though, but it is what it is. All right, so I've asked for then here clearing these waves. I went DPS because I knew this match was going to be difficult. Um, like once I see silvers like picking stuff that I'm sure that they don't know how to play, I would just like try to do something that is like beneficial to myself and try to focus more on myself and how I can pretty much carry the match. Because otherwise, I'll just be making calls and I'll just be like just telling people what to do, and it will make them really really pissed. And I mean, I already do that, but I don't want to like do it to an even more extreme level. So yeah, so I just try to mitigate it. That's what I've been trying to improve on, just focusing on mind game. Um, because like these are like practice matches, right? I use these lower elos matches so that I can understand like all the comps that people are running now, like the meta picks and stuff. And I try to experiment and learn new characters and stuff that I haven't played in a long time. Like right now, I haven't played like Nazeebo in a long time. I haven't played Leoric, Zool, all of these characters in a long time. So I'm getting chased here, and I'm gonna barely make it out. I almost got killed again by the Rainer there, but he chased me too far and he got killed. Lower SP level, so he couldn't really get out, like pure for himself to get out. So he wasn't even able to do enough damage to sustain himself and stuff like that. So he got picked off. Asmo then got cut out here. He got taunted. The turret could have killed him though, but the turret died, and it is what it is here. As you guys can see here, we have Cassia in top lane. This is where our Bruiser is supposed to be, but the Bruiser is not there. So we have our Cassia up top, fighting the Bruiser there. And then we have I'm here just soaking. Um, I don't know. Maybe that decision was like Lyric. I mean, the Artenis were gonna stack on the Lyric, but I doubt that. Like it's lower elo, lower like lower elo and lower SP level, and Leoric has a lot of advantage against most heroes. I doubt like Artenis will like stock up like in 3 minutes, high enough to like be able to like one shot the Leoric there, and his stacking up is like inevitable. Like you really can't stop him once you go quest build. He's gonna stack no matter what you do. So I mean, what did he go though? Yeah, he did go stack. All right. Anyways, we came down here to secure bot lane, and the lyrics and he isn't up top. He ignored this pretty much, and the enemy bruiser is doing this, getting advantage here. He's pretty much gonna kill this fort, and we are barely doing any damage to this fort. I mean, it's gonna get lower, but he could have been up here like reducing the amount of damage that Artenis will be doing by like stalling it or whatever. Even if he can 1v1 the Artenis, but it is what it is, lower elo. So here, where am I? I'm up top. I try to go and stop him, but I wasn't gonna do that because my hit point was low. So I stop for the camp here and try to clear the mage or the shaman or whatever that was in the middle. Not a shaman, just the mage that was in the middle there. And I backed off to help my teammates. We were able to secure this objective for long enough to get mid down to like I don't know how much percent that is. Like I like to say percentage off of my head. I'll say this year it's like 10% pretty much, or 12-ish. I don't know, 20%. That's yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, that's a hit point at 3K 200. So, anyways, I'm here soaking. I noticed like there was like an SP diff and I'm soaking. There's one thing you have to do in solo queue. You should always be soaking, no matter which type of character you are on. As long as you guys haven't hit 8 yet, whenever like your like the match is like on cooldown, like everybody's in auto mode, like neutral or whatever, you just find something and just start hitting on it and just try to get your SP up and stuff like that. So I want to rotate here again. I try to secure this vision here is pretty decent. Very important on this map. This is a huge map, so you don't want to get isolated up top when all your allies are battling and you are getting ganked and stuff. So securing that tower is pretty crucial. I was trying to go for a flank here, trying to get some vision and stuff, but nobody was here, so I just gave it up. Vivian is in the wrong spot here again. He's not looking at where everybody is. He's picking fight where there's like a brush, fog of war. Like he's in a tough spot against Rainer. He's against Asmodan, Mia. Mia can just like stick him right here and like even his own Nazeebo can like wall him off and stuff like that. So like if you are tanking, like know where you want to start your fights. Like don't start fight like this. Like you don't even know where your DPS are. Right? We have Cassia in the back line here. She's waiting to fight these guys, but the variant is down here like getting destroyed by the Asmodan. Asmodee is like 3v1 pretty much right now, and nobody's like doing anything to him. We don't have that much damage at all and stuff like that. So he's backing off, and the Tigers have rotated. This is our DPS. He risks dying early if he just dove into them. His Cassia, he doesn't have that much burst damage to like kill a target and get out and stuff. So he's just gonna sit back here and try to like find an angle when he's supposed to be like doing damage, and he's not. Like he's in the wrong spot right now because his tank started off in the wrong spot. So when it comes down to it, like the variant is at fault here, honestly. And so I came down here to group up with everybody, and Lyrics realized that he's supposed to be soaking. He went mid, and then he went right back to us because the objective spawned. In my opinion, though, you could have just gone back up and just soak some more. We lose this for it doesn't matter. We lose SP, it matters because our keeps are not down. But if we don't have enough SP to like keep up these guys when it's actually time for our keeps to start taking damage, like it's gonna be a lot more detrimental to us. So we are in a fight here. I have an option, right? I could start attacking these guys, or I can destroy the sustained DPS from the turret and then attack and help my allies. And what I did was, again, I went palm. Obviously, I always go palm. So I was able to save the Varian there. Again, Varian is not a tank, so his hit point drop pretty fast. So me having Palm here just makes him actually a real tank in a sense because I can like save his life and like give him extra hit point. So I'm making him even tankier. So I'm able to clear that turret there from the Tychus, and my allies are pretty low. And as you guys know, Karazim is a skill shot. He is a skilled champion. You need to have a lot of skill on him. You need to be able to like land your dashes onto your allies so that you can so that you can maximize your heals on them. And that's what I'm doing here. As you guys can see, Ghost Wolf is like pretty much dead. And I was able to jump onto him, heal him right back to full. I do a little bit of damage here. It's not my job to do damage at this point, honestly. My job right now is to stay alive and like heal my allies. I know people are gonna. I mean, like anybody will look at it and be like, "Oh man, like you are DPS Karazim. Like Karazim is a DPS character, so you should always be doing DPS." Karazim is not a DPS character. He's a healer. He's a support character. He's a utility healer type of character. And even if you go like DPS for your first talent, it doesn't mean that you should always be in there doing DPS, right? So the difference between a good DPS and a bad DPS, I mean a good Karazim and a bad Karazim is the good Karazim knows when he should be fighting, and the bad Karazim doesn't know when he should stop fighting. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna back out here. I let my allies come all the way back, and then I'm able to save him. He went right back indoor. We start doing damage, and now I can start looking for picks because it's kind of like an odd number. We have the advantage there and stuff. So imagine I was like 10 hit point here, and I'm just dashing into them doing damage, right? The reason why I say like Karazim is not like a DPS in a sense is that if you are doing DPS, when people focus onto you because you are doing a DPS and you are playing as a DPS role, like once people focus onto you and start doing damage to you, you are at risk right now. So not only are your allies at risk, you yourself are also at risk, right? So you have to now struggle, like decide who's gonna get the heals, right? If you die, you cannot heal your allies. If your allies die, they cannot support you in the fight. They cannot do their job pretty much. So if I were to jump in there and start doing damage and start taking damage, right? I will have to like share the heals in a sense with me and them, and us clumping together against these guys will be even worse. So that would just be me like wasting resources, right? And if you go DPS build, it's even more risky because like as you guys can see, DPS build kind of like sucks out your mana like super fast, and you cannot regenerate your mana, and you don't have that much cooldown and stuff. So you have to be very very resourceful with your mana and your cooldowns and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking about when I say Karazim is not a DPS and he's supposed to be played as a healer and stuff like that. And this is one of the reason why it's really hard for me to communicate with other players. It's because like the things that I see, like it's really hard for them to see it. And I do try to explain it, but still like people do not like to be wrong. Um, or people do not like to be coached in a sense. And if you try to coach somebody in a match, like they just get pissed off and all that stuff. And people just like mobile players just don't like learning at all. Like I'm on MMO players, like the environment that I came from, like it's all about like making guides, tutorial videos, making montage video, and showing people like broken meta builds and stuff like that. That's the type of thing that I'm into. That's the type of thing. That's the type of environment that I came from. So that's how I like take most of my games to be. Like I try to like teach people things that they don't know, and I try to like inform them, even though it might be like difficult for them to know like what I'm saying. I try to explain it as clear as I can and stuff like that. But it's really hard because mobile players are really really difficult to communicate with. because the game itself is just, it's just a really tough game, tough genre in a sense. It's a competitive genre. Like you guys aren't like soaking, I mean, looking for XP and stuff like that. You guys are looking for ranks, and people like look at our ranks and they feel like they are entitled to that rank, when they are actually like playing like the average players who average player would, and they don't have the experience that they should have at that level, at that rank, right? And it just make it frustrate them when you try to like explain it to them, and it really pisses people off. And that's something I'm actually trying to avoid doing in my solo queues because it really holds me back. Even though it's a good thing that like somebody is trying to help somebody else out, it doesn't really work out because like it kind of holds me back in most of my matches. I'll try to like coach people and like try to tell them what they should be doing and stuff, and they just get pissed and it just makes the match worse. My most of my account actually got suspended. I mean, got a silence and stuff, because I was trying to help people out, trying to tell them that the draft that they were making is trash. And like I try to do this like in solo queue and it just pisses people off and I get reported for obvious things, and it just, I don't know, it just leads towards me getting silenced. And I say like I've been silenced like on almost all my accounts pretty much. And I even got a message today from somebody telling me that they take full responsibility for my for all my accounts getting silenced. Uh, I'm like, I'll actually, I think I should show you guys I should show you guys the image of somebody messaging me like personally, taking their time to message me, inviting me to a private chat and all that stuff, just to tell me that they take full responsibility. I hope I save this image or something. Let me see. Open. No, that's something else. Dang. She's asking for download. Oh boy. Why I'm not fitting. I actually named the screenshot why I'm not fitting in. Alright, so this is the image of somebody taking on their time to message me and tell me that they take full responsibility for getting my account silenced. Oof, where's the image? Recenter. I don't know how to do this. Oh boy. Alright, the image is missing, guys. I think I drag it too far. How do you do this? Transform. Fit the screen. Okay, the image is missing. Transform. Screw that. Alright guys, I'm sure you guys already seen the image. Where there it is. I'm gonna push this aside. There's the image, guys. So I got DM'd by a random stranger, and he invited me to a party and stuff, and he was like, "Bro, I take full responsibility for all your accounts getting banned." And I was like, what is this? Do I know you? Like, hello?" And yeah, so that's how it is, man. Like you try to help people in rank match and in Storm League and just Hero of the Storm players in general. Um, and that happens to you. So I'm gonna disable this, and I don't know how to set this up. Hero of the Storm client. Oh boy, what is going on here? We're gonna do scale, transform, fit the screen. Oh boy, I've messed it up. You messed it up. Oh god, what am I doing here? I'm gonna close this. Right. And I think I should unlock this before I do anything silly. We're gonna go to transform, fit the screen. Now we're gonna stretch it out. And there we go. Alright, I think this is it, guys. And then I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna wreck it. Wreck it, Ralph. I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it.
In her cookie wafer car we built together. And, well, the thing is, her perfect little game broke. It was my fault. So we're here to try to fix it. And we need money to do that. And someone was going to pay us money for stealing her car. And so we took it.
You can stop crying. Though I do respect your wonderful display of vulnerability.
Thank you.
I get it.
Thank you.
Friendship is everything to us, too. Right, guys?
Word. We're like family.
That's really great. So does this mean we can keep your car?
Absolutely not. But I do want to help. Hey, you got your phone on you?
You know it.
Let's make a video. Pyro, hit Big Boy with a blow and go.
I'd love to. Wait, what's the blow?
Say something. First thing that comes to your mind.
I'm gonna wreck
All right. Turn it off.
I'm gonna wreck it. Alright. Enough of Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so back to the vault, guys. Alright, so where was I? So this is the match. We're in the middle of the match here. And it's just gonna play out. We got Nazeebo getting this camp with us, and this Nazeebo is pretty much troll. He's captured. He's like he doesn't even know how to place his wall. He's capturing his own allies and stuff, and he's just a troll pretty much. All right, so I'm gonna roll up here. We're gonna get that kill on the Mia. I'm gonna start hitting this. I tried to hit this story. It was doing too much damage. Yeah. Use my control ability on myself. Alter me. And at this point they are all the way up top, so I start this boss here. Again, I'm looking for opportunity here because I know like if this was like a fair fight, a fair match, my side will actually lose. So I'm pretty much doing like I'm pretty much sweating right now. Like if you guys have ever seen a sweaty gameplay, like this is exactly, if you haven't actually, this is exactly what you would call sweaty. Like I'm taking risks. I'm like doing everything that I can to carry these guys. All right, so we get Evita here. Leora gets killed. Uh, I'm pinging the healer so we can attack the healer. And our Nazeebo is up top. We're gonna get out of here though, and we're just gonna back out. We have Cassia in the back here. Is being attacked by bear. Now she's in a 3v1 situation and she's gonna die. Boss is pushing, doing a little bit of damage in here. And I try to dash onto Viren here. Viren was not in the right position. And I dashed to him and people were down here and I got killed. Alright, so we're gonna So there's a full C situation here, and Varian's engages are just terrible this entire match. I'm not even gonna continue like picking on Varian because I'm just gonna to seal the deal on what I gotta say about the Varian. He was just really awful, and yeah. So I spawn. I'm gonna try to get vision here for my allies. Also, if the Artenis notice that like he cannot see anything around here, he's gonna have to capture the node, and then we can know that he's there and stuff. So I try to like slow him down, and I got focused, and he swiped me and stuff, and I just did a little bit of tricky stuff, and I got out of there. Obviously, Scar's aim is like almost impossible to catch. So it's a fight going in mid. Nazibo is pushing bot lane, and Artena is coming. He doesn't swipe. Varian is taking a lot of damage. CC's coming out. Asmodan is shooting stuff down there. He get taken out. Artena start popping stuff. Cassia turns around, kills the Tychus there. Cassia goes down. Lyric is his respawn. And all this time I'm up here trying to clear this because it's kind of crucial that I clear it before the objective because we might want to contest the objective. The thing is, my allies don't know what I'm doing or what the Nazibo is doing, and they just went and died. If they like, if they were good, they would actually like try to live and like just stall stuff out. But that looked like a full engage right there, and they shouldn't have died, but they died. And luckily for us, like we had decent cooldown. I was in level 20 whatsoever, so when you get the camps, whenever you are losing our objective, like you should try to trade for something else. And so we got that camp there. Lyrics almost got CC. You're gonna back out. As we then taking a little bit of damage, I try to get some vision here. Try to look for some picks. Nobody's gonna be there. And our turn is gonna go top to clear this stuff, which gives us an advantage here because we're gonna be 5v4. And so I tell my allies to group up, try to look for a gank. And the Brightwing here is gonna try to back, and look where the Varian is going. Varian is going into the pretty much into their base pretty much to look for a gang there. And we were trying to set up a game here, but Varian walked across. He could have been spotted while he was walking across. The Asmodan didn't see him. I don't know why, but it is what it is. This is lower elo. Like people will not look at you and just let you walk right into them. Like he should have been spotted. Anyways, Asmodan get caught out. Uh, the Brightwing pops in, gives him some hit point and stuff. Uh, like our Mia comes in from the back. There's an ult. Massive damage going out here. Everybody's doing attack. I'm doing basic ability attack as well. Basic attacks. And now that we have a pick, okay, we'll get these camps. And look, from this overall setup right here, right? What do you guys think is gonna happen? Somebody is down, right? They as for them, pretty much like that mage who's supposed to be doing the burst damage, he's dead, right? We're gonna come here, we're gonna get this camp, and then we're gonna come here, we're gonna get this camp. What else do you guys think should happen next after we get those two camps and these guys are still in their base? What do you think should happen next? Nazibo's gonna go mid to clear stuff out, right? We've gotten everything, right? Then I start pinging the boss. I tell my ally, take the boss, let me go get some hit point. I'm gonna meet up with you guys as soon as I can. Right? Varian is sitting here, trying to get vision and stuff. You don't have to get vision. Like these guys have to take care of this camp, or otherwise it's gonna go straight to core. So that's not an option for them. right? There are two camps actually going here with a bunch of catapults, minions, everything, right? My allies are gonna sit here for ages, right? I actually had to harf, come back and actually start the boss myself, right? Like I literally had to harf, come back and start the boss, right? Like that's how long they actually waited in order for me to actually start this boss myself. There I am. I'm like, bro, what are you guys waiting for? Like they are all that look at Nas. Nas can kill this like in 30 seconds. Nas is still not attacking the boss. After I've actually spawned and I'm starting the boss, Nas is not doing damage. Nothing. He's just sitting there. Right. This is the type of thing that you see in solo queue. Right. And this is the type of stuff, the situation that like a lot of people will face in solo queue, which makes solo queue really difficult because you are with players who you expect to be able to be as aware as you are, but they are not, right? And it's a bit difficult for you to play with these type of players, and you're gonna see them like in every single match that you have. In all of your matches, you're gonna find these players due to the population and stuff. So the boss is still here, and I'm at this point now. I cannot really attack the boss or whatever. I'm just trying to get my allies out of here. I want to ult the variant and try to keep him alive and stuff. And at this point, we should just back. Like, there's no need for us to fight here. And yeah, I'm able to get that kill on the Mia there. I'm just gonna back, tell the Cassia to back. She's not gonna back though, and stuff like that. So if we actually like started this bus, and if the Nas actually stopped sitting in the brush here, for like 60 seconds in total, and actually hit this boss like 2 times with a build. I don't know if she was building toad or whatever. What is she building? She built spotter. I mean, single target DPS. Like she was pretty much stacked up, right? If she actually hit that boss like 2, 3 times, that would have actually been it for the boss, and that would have been a fast cap, and we can actually rotate straight up to the top and start doing the objective there. But that was the turning point for the match. At this point now, like we are pretty much at a disadvantage. We are about to lose the match. They have two keeps that are up, and in order for us to win this match, there actually had to be like a magic trick or something that would make us win this match. And in this case, it's basically like experience, like gaming IQ, 500 IQ guys versus versus room temperature IQ guys. So that's the trick I'm about to play here. And this is really difficult. Like this is why it's really difficult for people like me to claim to like get my lower Edos guys to like play good and like have a really decent match in total. Just because like in order for me to win any match that I play due to my MMR, like I have to like perform some sort of weird stun. Like every single time, in order for me to win a single match, I have to perform some weird stun somehow, and it's really frustrating that I have to do this. Even though like every single match, I actually try to explain what my allies are supposed to do, right? Imagine having to explain everything that your allies are supposed to do for the first 10 levels, and then still noticing that they are not doing it, and you actually have to do more extra stuff, like, and you have to do this like every single match that you play due to your MMR. So Mia's mid, my allies are about to start fighting here for no reason. Um, Again, level 22. We've lost almost every single team fight we've had. We've only win matches where we actually had a lead on like where they are vision wise and stuff. Pretty much by picks. That's how we've been winning our matches. Nas is gonna help me out here, and she's gonna back. And at this point right now, like we've already lost this match. And again, as I was saying, right, it's magic trick. Game experience 100, 500 IQ versus 60 IQ guys. And so I'm gonna leave them here instead of me backing off and like trying to defend this. I'm gonna leave them here, and I'm actually gonna start pushing this. And luckily for us, we were able to get kills on Tychus. Again, this is low elo. These guys don't know how to push to win anything. So in lower elo, most of your matches you actually win through objectives, and that's a traditional way of doing it. Um, People have tried a lot to push in the to prove push in lower elos and actually fail multiple times. I've lost matches with like 10 hit point core on the enemy side, and my allies don't know how to push nothing. They just stand around. Like we lose fights because we've been standing around for so long that the enemies know where we are. They set up a gang and they gang us and stuff. And here I am like being chased around by like three guys, and I want to like play like pretty much like at GM level pretty much, just so that I can let my allies to have enough time to start doing damage to these two keeps here, get these keeps down, and I'm gonna survive for like I don't know how long have I survived here, like 3 minutes pretty much. I've been sitting in that court for like 3 minutes, drawing aggro for like three guys, and we've captured this, and we are doing damage to the core now, and that's how we were able to win that match, guys. Like there was no other ways we could have won that match. And there it is, the compliment. All right, so um, I don't know if this was after this match that I received the PM, the DM from the person that told me that they were responsible for getting all my accounts silenced and stuff. And again, that also adds to the reason why it's really hard to play in solo queue. Just because like there are people out there who just don't want to learn, and when you try to help them out, they just get pissed and they try to get you in trouble and try to like get you suspended or banned or whatever, and they report you for no reason. I'm very critical, right? I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm very critical. Like I tend to you know tell people what to do a lot, tell people what they are doing wrong a lot and stuff like that. And that's not from a toxic perspective. Again, like I say I'm a try hard player. Like I see all my matches. Like if I'm playing a guy, I'll play as hard as I can, and if I'm playing against a girl, I'll play as hard as I can. Right? There's like no discrimination there when it comes to how I play. Like I'm a try hard player. I expect people to play good, and if they are not playing good, I try to help them out, and I'm expecting them to accept those all those like information I'm giving to them the same way I would do if I was like playing really bad and I got some advice from somebody who knows what they are doing and stuff. And this is why like I'm not just saying these stuff because like I knew how to do it from the get go. Like I had to watch videos, like I had to watch YouTube videos. I had to do stuff like participate in like team in esports, professional team, and all that stuff. I had to learn it from the very basic, right? And I'm actually like I'm able to say these things because like I've been at the position where these guys are at in the past, right? So uh it's not like I just came out of nowhere and started explaining stuff that wasn't like established a long time ago, like where like if you actually look harder, you actually be able to find them, right? There are a lot of god videos on like on maps, on draft and all of that stuff. And those are the stuff that I watch and I expect people to watch them. But most of the time the average casual player, like he doesn't even care about these god videos whatsoever. All he want to do is just queue, pick up a Genji and play because Genji is cool and he's like a ninja or whatever. Queue up, pick a kill for Zard, play kill for Zard, even though he can land a single hook, whatever. He just play it because his favorite character is Kill for Zard from whatever game that he used to play in the past, and like you just get like these random decisions from random people, and you try to help them out and they end up like turning against you and stuff and reporting you. And like I've had like a full man on my team, like from start to end. I tell them like, guys, this draft is terrible, we need a healer, we need a tank and stuff, and they will just not do it at all, and they will be typing low, no tank low, I know you mad low and stuff like that. Like I mean, it is what it is. Like if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to like cooperate and stuff, it's up to you and stuff like that. So it's really difficult. Like people watch my video and they think like I just troll match because I'm toxic or whatever, or I'm just angry at stuff. And it's not like it just happens, right? It's like stuff that been happening for like a long, long time. Like maybe I'll play like 5 matches in a row, and I'll play silently, and I'll just watch what people do. And all the time, I don't text anything in chat at all. I just queue up and I just lock my character and stuff, and then I'll alt tab. I come back to the match. There's like no healer, no tank. Sometimes we're just playing with like 3 DPS. I mean 4 DPS and stuff, or like I don't know, like specialists, like random picks whatsoever. It doesn't blend whatsoever. And then this will like happen for like 5, 10 matches in a row, and like I start reacting now. I start helping people out because like my expectation at this point is like I'm sure like you guys would not be able to do this without me like intervening and like me like telling you guys that you have to do this, right? Once I start doing that, like then people start doing like people start reporting me, people start getting angry. Like I get like 4 men like I don't know, like trolls in a sense, like 4 trolls in a row and stuff. And sometimes you get like pre-made guys where like one guy is like a gold one player in a silver match, and he has his bronze friends with him, right? And then he decide to play a tank, and then let his bronze friend take a DPS, right? And he is supposed to be carrying his bronze friend, for example, right? And you see this type of thing, and like it, like you end up losing the match because like you don't have the right skill level on the right type of character that is supposed to help carry the match and stuff like that. And all of those stuff, like those are the little stuff that I tend to point out in my matches, and people look at me and be like, "Oh man, you're such a dick" and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's just honesty. Like you cannot have a bronze player on DPS in a elo where like everybody else who's playing DPS, everybody else who's playing against that bronze player is like they are fully aware of where they are supposed to be position wise, what they are supposed to be doing. Like you like if they are a camp like somebody that can do camp and stuff like that, like a bronze player doesn't know that he's supposed to be doing a camp. He doesn't know that he's supposed to be soaking lane. He doesn't know when to do any of those stuff, right? Like so, if I were to point that out, and I'd be like, bro, why are you on tank? Why don't you swap with your ally and like let your ally play a healer or something? Like they just get pissed and they'd be like, haha, you mad and all that stuff. And then they even ban my pick sometimes. Like in the past, like I've actually had my pick banned because this guy is with his friend and he wanted his friend to play my role and stuff like that. Right? It's it's so funny. Right? So these are the situations that makes solo queue really difficult, and this is just a quick, I don't know, this probably been on for like an hour or something, but this here was a quick overview on solo queue and the state of Hero of the Storm. um and I hope people learn from this, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Tomorrow I will stream actually. I will stream on my Play account. I think my silence ends tomorrow on my Play account and stuff like that. And I don't think I'll be taking any risks on my GM account and stuff. So it